Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight just released his major label debut, Light of Mine. He's also maybe the least Googleable rapper in the game. Make some noise for Kyle, y'all.
Hey.
I don't think I ever thought there'd be a time in hip hop where there'd be a poppin' rapper whose name was just Kyle.
I know. That's what people tell me all the time. They're like, yeah, so I'll be at the gas station or something. Somebody like, hey man, you a rapper, right? I'm like, yeah. What's your name? Kyle. Nah, I know, but like, what's your rap name? I be like, it's Kyle. They're like, all right. Like, they get hella like unenthusiastic after they find out my rap name is just Kyle.
So tell me about this new album a little bit. The song with Kehlani's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. So it's it's called Light of Mine. It's my major label debut. I was working on it for like 2 years. Kehlani's on the album. She's on Playing With Me. Khalid is on the album. He's on a song called I Miss Me. I got 2 Chainz on the album. Shouts out to Mr. Chainz.
So why you went like this? Why was it such a big deal for you to get 2 Chainz on the album?
I'll tell you. So I'm in the club, right? And I don't go to the club often. So this is like, it's a new experience for me. And so I'm in the club and I'm looking around like, damn, this is what people be tripping about coming to, right? Like, and I'm looking and I'm seeing kids in there just like throwing up everywhere, just like, everybody in there just being degenerates, like just disgusting,
what
right?
kind of caricature of a club was
it was terrible, bro. I was just like, man, this is not tight. And then from across the room, I see somebody just like so well behaved, you know what I'm saying? So mannered, like doing the club thing just so elegantly. And it was 2 Chainz. And I was like, damn, if I make a record that I want to be in the club, I need to put this man on it. Because clearly, he knows how to do the club right.
Right.
You feel me? I went over there, I shook his hand, I was like, Mr. Chainz, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Kyle. Yeah, but what's your rap name? It's just Kyle.
So you talked about actually having a little bit of like a dark time before I Spy.
Yeah.
Which seems weird, because if you've heard I Spy or any of your music, dark isn't really what comes to mind.
Yeah.
So what was going on with your life back then?
During that time, I was just on a tour I didn't want to be on. I wasn't where I wanted to be in my career. I felt like there was friends and family I'd like let down, right? All this negative shit that isn't even really a thing if you think about it at the end of the day. And I was on a string of just making sad ass songs one after another. And I was like, this shit is not hot. You feel me? Like, I need to break out of this somehow. And then that's when I started making that song, I Spy. I told my friend Ayo, I was like, yo, we need to make the most feel-good song of all time, because right now I feel terrible. And we started working on it, and it did turn out to be that. And because that's what I was making it for, I told Yachty, like, let's do this skit for it. You know what I mean? Telling me to not cry so much about life. And Yachty, and it worked out really well. He's like, Kyle, you know, bro, like, what you so sad about? Come on. You feel me?
It's a fantastic impression.
Look at life. You know, and that is kind of where a lot of the inspiration from the album like stems, is being in a dark place and figuring out a way yourself to like bring yourself out of that. You know what I mean? Because when you're just clouded with a bunch of negative thoughts and you don't do away with them, you're just gonna stay in a negative place. And so that's why Light of Mine is about me like illuminating my own dark place I was in, to really realize like there's a lot of shit I should be happy about.
You once said, when I need somebody to lean on, I put that Kid Cudi CD on.
CD on, yeah.
It seems like a theme we've had since we started this show, is every young artist has this like intense connection with Kid Cudi. What is it about Kid Cudi that you so connected to?
Man, Kid Cudi, for me when I was in high school, was my first example of music being therapeutic, like for me. You know what I mean? Like music being something that I put on because I have to. Like I need that album. That album was like, it was like medicine. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was sad, AKA sick, and I took a dose of this every day to like get through high school.
And it worked.
Hell yeah. No, it definitely worked. Like it improved. I feel like Kid Cudi turned me into Super Duper Kyle. You know what I'm saying? Like he turned me into this like optimistic believer of like tomorrow's gonna be all right.
Do you feel any sort of responsibility when it comes to mental health stuff? It seems like it's become more common and more of a comfortable conversation to talk about now, is kids having mental health issues.
Yeah.
And do you feel any sort of responsibility or any sort of just connection to kids who are going through things like that?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the only reason it's more open of a conversation in hip hop now. It's been a conversation, just not for us, just not for like minorities really. Like we haven't ever been acceptable about mental health like that. You know what I mean? Like black people don't really have therapists and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? My friend Marvel said something funny. He's like, we have grandma's kisses. He's like, that's it. And so I do feel like I have a responsibility to be like, anybody suffering from mental health issues, like, I'm here for you. You feel me? Like, I got you. Like, tell me about it. I have kids DM me about it all the time. I make music specifically to better people's mood. That's what I be telling people. Like, I want everybody to walk away after hearing my music feeling better than they did before.
Now, one person who doesn't appear to need a lot of work on himself, as he's always been nice to the point that when I met him, I literally didn't believe him, is Logic.
Yeah.
And you're
you didn't believe Logic was nice?
Didn't believe it. Like, I
he's just really energetic, you feel me? So when he's nice, he's gonna be like extremely nice, you feel me?
Right,
like,
it's not even just like nice in a casual way.
Yeah.
He's like so overtly nice that I literally was like, I had to ask people. I was calling people and I was like, what do you think about Logic? And they were like, what do you mean he's really nice? And I was like, is he? And they were like, no, he really is. And I was like, okay, cool, then I guess he is.
Yeah,
But you're going out on tour with him.
Yeah, going on tour with Logic, you know what I mean? Go get tickets to that. It's called the Nice Dudes Tour.
It's called just a couple of nice old dudes just hanging out. How did that relationship start?
Man, I met Logic at so Childish Gambino was having like this listening party at like this house. It was really cool. He took everybody's phones. It was a thing.
For which album? For the last album?
For the one,
Awaken
the 2 albums ago.
Because of the internet.
Because of the internet.
Okay.
And I met Logic there, and he was hella nice. He was just, but you're right, hella nice in like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's just so energetic.
Gambino was one of the people I asked about Logic's niceness
nice.
First.
And
I was like, what do you think? Him and Fam were both like, yo, he's really nice all the time. And I was like, okay.
Bro, yeah, he is hella nice, and he's one of the smartest people I know. Yeah. Definitely one of the most intelligent people I've ever had a conversation with.
That's what I'm saying. Between that smart and that nice, like that doesn't happen that often. There's something going on. I'm just kidding. But here's what we're gonna do. Yeah. You're an artist. I'm a DJ. We dig in the crates. It's time for Digging in the Crates with Kyle. All right, you know what it's called. Digging in the crates. You see the crate. You see Kyle. I'm gonna go through this crate and I will just happen to fall upon some records that could have some interest to you.
Oh, okay. All right, for sure.
You see? For example, oh, here's one.
Wow.
Now that's a record. That's actually 4 records to be exact.
Wow.
Tupac's All Eyes on Me, West Coast Kid, Kyle. What does this mean to you?
I mean, this, it's crazy. This is the soundtrack to California. Like when you're growing up, all you hear all day long is Tupac. Like I feel like before I could even speak a normal like English sentence at class, I could like rap some Tupac.
Do you have a favorite tune on here?
Let me see. For sure it's Ambitions as a Writer. How Do You Want It is incredible, bruh. Put How Do You Want It on when you're driving anywhere and just watch how your life changes. Obviously, California Love is like probably arguably the hottest rap song of all time. Yeah, this is the music we were raised to. Like I love Biggie too, but it's just like, you know what, I need to ask you this because I was talking to somebody else about how Tupac has such a huge lasting legacy on music, but it's like he put out so many albums as to where Biggie only put out, you know what I'm saying, 2.
2 real
albums. And how were the moments around when Biggie was like, you know how a Kendrick song would come out and everybody's like, oh my God, like this is crazy, and it's such an impact. Like the impact on Biggie's 2 albums had to be so crazy in order for it to last this long.
Well,
like,
it really was only the second one that had the insane impact because the first one, it was a big deal because he had a lot of hype.
Yeah.
But it's not like when Juicy came out, the entire world was waiting for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was, like DJ nerds were, because he'd been popping for a while. But I do remember when Hypnotize and Notorious Thugs leaked.
Came out,
That was a moment in time. Okay. How about Big Sean?
Wow, lit.
When you see this beauty right here, Dark Sky Paradise.
Big Sean, you know, I get in arguments with people sometimes over how much I fuck with Big Sean.
He's sort of controversial in that regard, by the way.
Yeah, no, he is, because Big Sean is one of the dopest rappers of my lifetime, for sure. Like, Big Sean is one of the best rappers, period. Like, Big Sean can get on a verse with anybody and probably annihilate them. Like, and that's a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? To be one of, like, the top rappers that can do that. I just think like Big Sean's delivery and his ad-libs and all that being so fun and charismatic, and this is years before I came around. So people like rejected me a little bit for being like kind of too fun. And he was doing that like 5 years before that. So I think like to a certain degree, like a lot of people were probably like, you know what I mean?
So it's the fact that he mixed too much fun into his rap.
Into his raps.
Right.
And like people, they
Be
weren't
more
feeling
serious with your rap.
Exactly. And I think that's why Big Sean's one of my biggest influences. He not only showed me that you can just be hella like creative with how you make music, but you, at the same time, you can be the best rapper.
In all fairness, though, and what I like about you, Kyle, is
Yeah.
in any era of hip hop, people would have hated on you.
Yeah, if I was in like the 80s or some shit, like people would have fucked with me, but at the same time, all the hood rappers, they probably would have just like tried to punch me or something.
Or
You feel
said
me?
they would, and then privately, just like now, called you and be like, yo, I have to actually.
Hey, dog, hey, cuz, check it out, cuz. It's like, cuz, you know, I ain't with that happy shit, cuz, but it's like, I really like that shit, cuz, straight up. It's like, your music been getting me through some hard times, cuz. Nigga, don't tell nobody I called you crying neither.
That felt like it really happened, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, how about this joint right
Wow.
here?
Wow.
Jada to the moi.
Wow. This album, highly underrated.
Why is Jadakiss your guy?
Because, bro, Jadakiss taught me how to rap, for real. Like, my dad definitely opened the door, but when it comes to, like, perfecting being a lyricist and being somebody with punchlines, like, in my opinion, there's no better rapper than Jadakiss. Obviously, I'm gonna meet some dispute from some people, but I don't think anybody out there got punchlines like Jadakiss. Jadakiss by far is, you know what I mean? I think he's the epitome of a rapper that can tell a story, that can be descriptive. Nobody describes their bars like better than Jadakiss, you know what I'm saying?
His use of colors, like literally.
Oh, it's crazy. Pecan Jag, you know what I mean?
Everything. And when he does it
Pepsi
freestyle
Blue,
still,
like,
yeah.
it's so good. No, yeah, bro, Jadakiss this is my favorite rapper of all time. And you know, I actually met Jadakiss for the first time. I was doing this movie called The After Party. And not to spoil it, which I already did, Jadakiss is in the movie. And when I found out, they didn't tell me he was gonna be in the movie until day of. And they're like, because they wanted to freak me out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, by the way, somebody's here. They're gonna be playing the role of such and such. And I was like, oh, damn, for real, who is it? Jadakiss. I was like, y'all didn't tell me at all? Nobody warned me?
What would you have done, though? Like, I mean,
bro, I would have breathed deep.
Right,
you feel me? I would have
meditated on this.
Meditated, you know what I'm saying? Drank a lot of water, bro.
How's your
It's terrible.
I got one.
Can you do it?
Every time I see him, I've been doing it for 15 years.
Wow. Yeah, bro, I met him and I instantly just started rapping. I was just
Really?
like, I just started spitting every Jadakiss verse I knew, like all of them. And it was like 10 minutes in, he's like, yo, that's good. Like, you good. Like, you ain't gotta keep going. Like, chill, daddy, yo, like, it's good.
Chill, Kyle. By the way, what's your rap name?
Oh, I know that.
Kyle.
I was like, it's Kyle. It's like, all right, that's cool. You know what I mean? I like Kyle, because Jadakiss hella nice. And so, I mean, this album is incredible, yo. Please, go slap this. Please, go play this.
Shout out to Jadakiss.
Kiss of death.
Yo, thank you so much, man.
Nah, thank
Hey,
you.
make some noise for my guy, Kyle, everyone. His new album, Light of Mine, is out right now. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Open Late is always open on Complex's YouTube channel, and so are all these amazing shows. Check them out.